Well, hello to everybody out there in this great big world. Yes, this is your brother Dana coming to you from Chicago. I wanted to pull over and share with you an experience that I just had. Not that this is my first or third, or I don't even know if I can count. But this time I wanted just to pull over and share with you what was on my heart. And so I'm coming back home from the store. And I personally live in a very low-income black community, definitely labeled black ghetto, inner city black community. You know, with the crime and the shooting, I live there. And so as I was coming back, traffic was backed up, and it was kind of ironic because the route that I was taking wasn't like a highway or even a 4-lane, but it was pretty much some side streets. And so as I finally got to the reason of that, I entered into seeing a body like over here and a body over there, and looks like another body was there, but maybe was there and then wasn't dead yet and was over there. Or maybe that was the person that got out of the car that's smashed into the light pole over there. But I don't know, because there's cops all over here, and it looks like somebody's on the ground handcuffed over there, and there's cops all over here, and there's cops there. And within 2-3 minutes, you would think that I was running into a movie production for some show that the nation will be watching on some sitcom this coming week. But no, this was real life. And so I've experienced those scenes quite a bit, where in several of those cases, the young men that were on the ground were mentees of mine. But this time, as I got past this scene and I got a little ways away from the lights, I could see people frustrated like I was, not knowing what was coming ahead. And I can see them looking, and I can see young men and children in their cars looking as well, like, what's taking so long? To know that they too are about to enter a scene. A scene that has conditionalized our young people who have lived under these conditions for 400 plus years. And I think about these young men that were in, actually they were kiddos that were in some of these cars that I was passing, about to enter that scene. That eventually that just becomes like a movie. Just like it saddened me. For 16 plus years, I volunteered at Cook County Jail. And at times when I would go up there day after day after day, I would see these young men. I would see these young kiddos with their mothers coming up from the age of newborn. And some of those same girlfriends and mothers would be there with that child when he or she was 2, 3, 4, and 5 years old. And I always thought how this conditioned our young black people to embrace this as normal. Even more normal than me as a white young man, or even a white person going into the hospital because a loved one is sick. Going to the correctional facilities, going to the prisons, was like going to the park. And tonight, seeing the faces of these young people in these cars about to enter the scene that I just came out of. It makes me angry. It makes me angry. But now I've got this hope, is that I have an understanding of why. And now I get to see the justice of the Most High Yah come and restore His chosen children back into their rightful place as royalty, as kings and queens. And so today, the neighborhood that I live in, the scene that I just drove through, is all because my forefathers stripped the identity away from the true chosen people of God. And because we've taken your identity as royalty and given you our identity, you see what I get to see. And that is why I get the privilege, and I am so grateful that I get to tell you, who I formerly called my African American family members, my black family members, I get to now sit with such joy to say that, yes, those young people tonight are going to experience that scene. But now the revelation of truth is out there to combat the lies they have been told about themselves, to end up in that type of a scene. And that is, you are the true chosen people of the true God. You are the tribe of Judah. And the Most High Yah is coming back to change that scenery, because you will know who you are. And when you know who you are going to change the way you walk. That to me is the answer to turn around what I see on the streets. Is to let these young brothers and these young men know that they are no longer defined by what white society has called them, but they are royalty. They are princes. They are kings. And they were meant to reign, not over a block or a community, but over nations. That blood cannot be taken out of you. White America has only tried to stifle you and then to weave or transition or turn your leadership, your royalty, that blood to lead into our pockets. Whether we bury you or whether we incarcerate you. All of that goes through my mind again tonight when I saw the faces of those young people about to see what I just drove out of. far too common. But now the hope that his people will recognize his voice, and that you, the Most High Yah's true children, formerly known as Black and or African American, your true identity is that you are the true chosen people of the Most High God, Yah. You're in the bloodline of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, the tribe of Judah. Shalom.